Hi guys, it's Paul, International Scale Modeller. So today I've got a review of the brand new Great Wall Hobby 148 F-15 kit that allows you to build the B or the D variant in Israeli or US Air Force markings. This arrived with me yesterday morning all the way from Lucky Models in Hong Kong. It cost me £65 delivered. For me it's worth it. I get it before anybody in the UK can from the UK obviously. Sadly I got stung for customs charges, which is by the by. Happens from time to time, so they were paid with Royal Mail's lovely handling fee on top as well. Like I said in our new show last month, well this month should I say, this is going to be my build topic for our new ISM build videos. So I'm going to do a review today, and then later on the week I'll start the build. So like you saw in the last technique guide, the method I'll be using now, we've got 3 cameras. We've got the side view, the overhead, and there's now a frontal view directly in front of me. We're also using one audio source now, which from the feedback I've had lately seems to be good. So hopefully it gives a more consistent audio rather than flicking between the different cameras, which because they're in different locations does give different sound, etc. So hopefully it's an improvement on the videos. I'm looking forward to starting this kit. The MiG was fantastic. This looks as good as that. I've seen a couple of written reviews online, and I've also seen somebody did a speed build of it. They haven't put any paint down, they didn't fill any gaps, they just literally glued it together without the photo etch to see what it goes together like, and from what they had, it looks like it's going to go together no problem. There's a few shortcomings with the kit that I read about, and there's lots of pros to it though, opposed to cons, so it looks like it's going to be absolutely superb. I got this yesterday, like I say. I couldn't film the review till this morning, well this afternoon actually, so I was quite eager to have a look, so I've had a quick sneak look in the box. I haven't opened anything up, I just had a look at a few of the sprues with the plastic and look at the instructions, what have you, and it looks phenomenal. Absolutely brilliant kit, and I'm really looking forward to building it as well. Lots of nice little extras in there, lots of good features to the build as well, which I'll go through in a minute. So we'll head over to Workbench and we'll go in the review. Okay, so we're on the workbench. As you can see, we've got the box art, which to me is absolutely fantastic. Always really nice in the Great Wall Hobby kits. Every kit I've seen, I don't know how many aircraft they make. It's probably only about a dozen, maybe more I haven't seen, but I've seen about a dozen so far. And all the box art's just fantastic. I mean, that is a stunning picture. It really is a work of art, literally. Very, very nice. So nice to see good box art. Like I said, this kit's in Israeli and US markings, which is good. And you get the option to make the B or D variants. I'm not 100% sure which version I want to make yet. I want to make the Israeli, but then I want to make the US one as well. They've all got different markings. I think the Israeli one's the early, the B. So I'm not 100% sure. I'll decide that over the weekend before I start building it next week. While we're on that subject, I plan to get review this today. We'll get the review out by the weekend, hopefully. And then early next week I'll start to build it. We'll have part 1, hopefully midweek next week, maybe Wednesday or so. Really eagerly anticipating getting it started. Pardon the pun. So just can't wait. Really looking forward to it. So as I say, we've got a nice box art on the side. We've got the CAD drawings. Quite hard to see. There we go. It's a big box. Quite hard to fit in. Showing the decals and also showing the photo etch. Quite a small photo etch fret on this one, not as much as there was on the other kit, but that's by the by. And then we've got the unit markings on the side as well. It's a heavy box, there's a fair old heft to it, and it is literally jam-packed full of stuff. I believe there's 24 sprues of plastic, plus the clear, plus the photo etch. There's a lot in here. You do get a lot for your money. Like I said, unfortunately I got stung for customs. Before the customs charges, it was £65 delivered. That's UK, British pounds. Sadly, customs and Royal Mail's lovely handling fee added another £17 to that. So worked out quite an expensive kit for me. It's a look at the draw with customs. Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't. So tough by the by. I wanted it early, so I took the risk and I paid for it, unfortunately. But that's it. A few key points before we get going through the review. The features in the kit, I'll run through those quickly. Obviously we've got nicely detailed cockpits, that's one key feature, and I have seen them, they are nice. You've got a choice of F-15 B or D front instrument panels, again choice of F-15 B or D control sticks, a choice of the ACES or the escape ejection seats, depending on which variant you do, photo etch head-up display, you've got positional canopy, positional radome, you've got the APG-63 radar under radome, positionable nose avionics bay doors, detailed avionics bays in the nose, both port and starboard bays, a choice of shutdown or running position intake ramps, a choice of open or closed dorsal boundary layer exit doors, full depth intake ducts, a choice of 2 different compressor faces for the different variants, nicely detailed featherless afterburner nozzles, which is one of the problems with this kit. I believe one of them shouldn't be featherless. So unless you're a rivet counter, and I'm not a rivet counter by any means, I'm not particularly 100%, oh my god, it's not quite right. So to me it's not the end of the world, it's just one of those. I like to build, paint models, and that's what I enjoy doing, and that's what I will do, so I'm not too fussed on that. We've got the positional dorsal speed brake, choice of vertical stab top bearings, and then all the positional features, which are rudders, stabilizers, ailerons, flaps, landing gear, and there's a choice of the F-15 B or D wheel type hubs. External stores are 3x600 gallon external tanks, 4 AIM-7s, 4 Python 3s and 4 Python 4s. And like I say, there's 4 variants in the markings, 2 Israeli in the F-15B and 2 US Air Force in the F-15D. Now that's where I'm kind of stuck at the minute, because I want to make the Israeli, but I want to make the D variant as well. So I'm going to have to really have a good look at it and see the differences, and if I'm really that bothered, we'll see. But I really want to make the Israeli just because it's different, and it's nice to get it in a kit, you know, for once where you are getting the option to model Israeli. So I'll just move my notes out of the way, and we'll put the box to one side. And I think we'll go through it as we come to things. So first off, as always with Great Wall Hobby, oh god, that one's open. That just fell open on me. We've got the missiles, which are all individually packaged. This one just fell open. I won't go through each one because it's 4 the same in a pack basically. So we'll pick one from each one. can go from there. So these ones are the AIM 7s. Move those out of the way. So looking at them, superbly detailed. Very, very nice. What I like about these, exactly the same as I said with the MiG, they're all on their own sprue. Clip these 3 points off, sand it down, you've got a perfectly formed, ready to go missile. I'm just going to bring this down a little bit here. It's better. So, like I say, superbly detailed, all the recessed panel lines, riveting, all the fins, crisp. I mean, they are really sharp. Quite surprising just how sharp they are. Whether it looks like an AIM 7, I have no idea, but it looks good to me. Like I say, I'm not an expert by any means, but they look good to me, so we'll pop that one away. I really do love the fact that they're individually packaged. I think it's a nice touch. Like I say, there's 3 different types. This one, I'll just package it quickly. There we go. Right, we've got a couple of things there. We've got the, read the name off them. They are the Python 4s, and we've got some weapons pylons as well. If you just move those out of the way, because we've got the white balance going funny on us. So we go with the pylons first. So they're nicely moulded, real nice. I'm going to pull this back a bit. There we go. Moved my camera before by accident. So real nice detail. Surface detail is good. There's no flash. I don't expect to find any flash on this kit, and I'll be quite disappointed if I do. So no problems there. Then we've got the Python 4, which again, superbly made, very nicely moulded. No problems there. And again, real sharp fins. They really are well made. There's a tiny... No, there's not. It's gone. I thought there was a bit of flash on that tail fin, then there's not. I just literally rubbed my finger and it went, so wherever it was, maybe a bit of skin, it's gone. The detail is very nice. Once they're painted up, weathered, bit of a wash on, they're going to look real nice. So again, first class work there. Pop those in. There's literally sprues of stuff everywhere. The box is just sort of ram-packed with plastic, and I'll show you quickly. There is sprue after sprue after sprue rammed in, not rammed in there, don't mean that way. So we have the Python 3 and some intake fans are they by the look of it. Now I'm sure they're supposed to be sharp. They're actually bent over. You can see the ends of those have got damaged a little bit. Obviously just from where it was stored, but they've sprung back fine. So surface detail on those is real nice. I don't know how close you can see there. There's certainly nothing wrong with that at all. Very, very nice. And I'm assuming these are the parts that there's 2 different variants of. I'm not sure which ones are which. But the detail on those is absolutely stunning. And then we're on to the Python 3s. Which again, very, very nice. There's a tiniest... I say that every time I look, there's a tiny little bit of flash on the fin. And I literally touch it and it's gone. So there's no real problem. There's nothing to sand because as soon as I touch it, it disappears. So no real problem there. Just maybe a hint of something left behind or what have you. But the detail on that is absolutely stunning. Real nice. They're going to hold a wash really well and they're going to look real nice once they're finished. So there we go. There's all the external missiles. Very nice. Love the way they're individually packaged. I think it's a real nice touch. If I can get the box lid, we'll pop some of this in here. Save us clogging the desk up. Next up we have the top side of the fuselage, which has got some real nice detail to it. Just pop that down there. Fair play, that's got some very nice riveting detail to that. If I can catch a light for you there. You see all the detail in there and the riveting? That's first rate, absolutely superb. It's not soft, none of it goes soft anywhere, it's all well detailed. The panel lines are just right, not trench-like that you get on some kits. Detail is phenomenal, real nice. Well, I knew I was going to be impressed, but there's certainly reason to be impressed there. That's real nice. Taken, we've got the yeah, no problem there. It's just a bit of mould release by the look of it. So we've got the tails there, either side. Again, nice panel lines, nice riveting detail. I mean, the likes of this, if you can see this here, a lot of the time that would be replaced by photo etch, but you just don't need it on the kit because they're just so well defined. Absolutely lovely. And we've got various control surfaces there, I take it. Again, real nice. So yeah, the cockpit. So this is the front section. Sorry, this is the front section of the fuselage. So basically, your nose cone goes here, and your cockpit sits in there. Again, fantastic detail. If you look at that canopy surround there, see the detail on that. It's real nice. I'm assuming that's an avionics bay on the side. Again, real nice. The cockpit tub for a kit part is phenomenal. Those switches and buttons, they're going to look stunning once they're painted and weathered. Excellent. Then we've got instrument displays. Wow, fantastic. I'm not sure if this is going to be the same principle as on the MiG, where there was some decals and there's about 15 or so decals to apply. I was a bit dubious about doing it, but it was worth doing. I'm glad I did in the end because it did add a nice touch to the build. It looked a lot better. And there's the rear instrument display, and then what I'm assuming is the radome radar, is it? Again, nice detail on that side, and a nice, that was real nice. It's like a honeycomb effect to the back. So that looks real good. So there's some fantastic detail. Real nice. I'm quite impressed with that cockpit tub. Nose cone in one piece as usual, and on this one it can be left hinged open so you can see the working interior. I'll probably have mine closed because I prefer that look. Another note as well, quickly, I have read online, there's a guy, like I said in the intro, who speed built this. No paint, just literally glued it together, and it is a tail sitter. My MiG was a tail sitter, and it still is a borderline tail sitter, even with weight in the nose. You've only got to touch the back end and it lifts up. To add some weight to this, because he said it was a tail sitter. He said it's a fine line between it not being and it being, but add weight to it. So something to bear in mind, because it won't tell you the instructions. So bear that in mind. But the detail on those parts alone, absolutely fantastic. Really impressed. What have we got next? Lower half of the fuselage wings. So it looks like it's a three-piece lower fuselage by the look of it. Oh, there we go. So what we got there, we got the rear part of the canopy, where the canopy sits on. The detail on that is real nice. So I'd take you in close and see if you can see that. That is damn nice detail. So crisp, real faint panel lines just where they're needed. That's nice, very nice. Then we've got the undersides of the wings, which again, all the lovely riveting detail, nice subtle panel lines, surface detail. It's second to none. Really is. I mean, this kit all in owes me about £82 with the bloody import charges of VAT and what have you. And you know, that's near enough Tammy 132 money, and it is on par with those kits. They literally fall together, every component, you know, is well detailed, and these are just as good. So fair play, Great Wall Hobby, you really are making some phenomenal kits. Absolutely lovely detail on that. That's real nice. There's a canopy, we'll put that out to one side, I'll look at it in a minute. Let's go for this. So we've got engines. So some nice detail in there, I can see that already. Two identical sprues, yeah. One thing I always like is this. So you get a protective sprue gates that protect these parts inside, because obviously it's got brittle, well not brittle, but delicate parts inside, and this is built up to protect it. I always like that. I think it's a nice touch. But the detailing on these, That's really nice. I bring you up close so you can see. Very, very nice. So they'll probably be sprayed a metallizer, and I use Mr. Hobby buffable, so I get the buffed effect on top and the non-buffed inside. I look real smart when it's done. Fans, again, look how crisp that is. Superb. There's two different types on this. I'm not sure which one's which. I think this is the one that was replaced with that other one we had before. The engine itself, which to be fair, there's almost as much detail as that 132 F-16 one I've just done. There's tubing, piping, wires, a lot of detail there. See, fair play, real nice. I'm quite impressed with the detail. I know the surface detail is real nice. So that's going to build up two really nice engines there. Like I say, two identical sprues. Fantastic. Impressed by that. It's a nice touch. Got intakes. I like these sticky bags as well. Great Wall Hobby have. Much better than Tammy's goddamn staples. Intakes, not much to see really. No flash, no problems. They should glue together fine. And a bit of Mr. Surfacer in there. Bit of filler, you won't even see them. So a few ejector pin marks in there, but they shouldn't be a problem. They shouldn't be in sight. So great. So nice and thin. Well, thin enough at the front without being overly thick. You could always thin that a bit more if you wanted with a sanding stick. But again, no problems there. They should glue together fine. A little bit of filler. You won't even notice them. We've got one big bundle of sprues there, which looks like the lower half of the tub. We'll say that for a minute. What have we got here? Pylons. Various components in there. I'm going to pretend to know what they are. Two identical sprues again. So we've got large pylon with some real nice detail. Have a look at that. That's very nicely detailed. Two smaller pylons down the bottom and two offset ones as well. Again, all detailed, nice. Nice surface detail on all these smaller parts, which I've got no idea what they are. No idea. These look like part of the engine almost. Could well be. Again, real nicely moulded. Fantastic. It's going to build a real nice kit, which I knew it would, and that's why I chose it as my first video build. What have we got next? We have... Right, as they're angled, I'm going to guess they're part of the intakes. They must be. So two identical sprues again, real nice detail. I mean, look at that part there. Real nice, precise. Absolutely beautiful. These are going to be the intakes because of the angle on them. Got quite sharply defined intakes. The F-15 is quite a noticeable part of it, characteristic should I say. Again. No flash. All I'm ever seeing is there'll be a little tuft of plastic. I'll touch it, it's gone. So it's as if there is a little something there, but it's, as soon as you run your finger over it, it's off and gone. That is real nice detail, and especially impressed by that. Very, very nice. So what we got next? We'll say that big bundle there. This lot here. There we go. Right. So what have we got here? Absolutely no idea what we got there. That looks like the muzzle to the minigun. Definitely looks like one, so I'm assuming it's that. We've got another, I'm going to assume like a landing gear strut, or maybe for the air brake. Sensors, and there's a few odds and sods on there. I have no idea what this is at all. Quite an unusual part. But again, no problems there. Even that minigun. I mean, if that is the muzzle to the minigun, I'll probably try and drill out that muzzle, though it is semi-drilled if you look at it. Nice detail, and certainly looks like a minigun muzzle to me. So again, real nice. I see. Right, we've got landing gear. I'll open this one because this is obviously part of it. Bag it separately on its own separate sprue, which is a bit weird. Get that one in a minute. So we've got landing gear, more pylon, well, another pylon should I say. So you've got struts, front and rear, front landing gear wheel, and the rear. So 2 different types for different variants. Both are marked with BF Goodrich on the tyres, which is quite a nice little detail. The front one is a Goodyear. So nice to see the actual brand name, because quite often they'll put a non-brand name or a fake brand name on there. But again, the landing gear's got a nice detail. I mean, parts like this here sticking out, it's, you know, real delicate. To mould out, that's great. So yeah, like I say, you got the 2 different variants of the wheels there, and then obviously this is the other one as well. But for some reason, it's marked for this kit, Great Wall Hobby F-15, and sprue 1 to 6 are missing. So I'm not sure what's been there. I don't think there's anything missing from the kit, but it's obviously something maybe they planned ahead for. Don't know. I know they're bringing out a single-seater version of this soon, or this year anyway. So maybe it's that. I don't know. But these are literally the other halves. So again, no problems at all. Shame they're in 2-piece. Always better when they're in 1 because there's no seam. But at least the seam's through the middle, so you can sand that off. There's no problem. So again, no problems there. Now we've got a big bundle of parts. There's quite a lot in there. So we've got the ejector seats, 2 lots of. We've got the fuel tanks, which I've just opened by accident. And we have, this is the lower part of the fuselage. So this is where those other 2 parts must attach, glued together. And again, the detail under there is real nice. The landing gear bays are nice, bit of a wash in there. It's really going to bring out the detail. Bit of UMP dark dirt. And again, it's going to look really nice. As long as these all attach together, which I've seen they do. Don't think I need much filler and what have you, so that's always a plus. And again, the detail is just really, really nice, so no problems there. I like the way this is moulded up. That's what that part's for. That part I didn't know what it was before, which is that must sit in those lugs, and it must be to hold the front of the nose piece on. So that's what that's for. I thought it looked a bit odd. I like the way these have been moulded up to hold these other parts. I assume that's a reason for doing it. I can't see the reason for it. So like a little boat as such. So that's a nice little touch. External fuel tanks are all the same, I think. Yeah, so we'll just show one. It's got raised detail on it, so I have to be careful when I'm sanding or I have to reapply it. But again, glue them together, a little bit of a sand, a little bit of a fill. Shouldn't be much of a problem. And again, I'm not sure how the ordnances are laid. There's 2 on either wing or 1 in the centre, I assume, so I'll do a fully laid one most probably, so I'll use them all. But again, nice detail. You got raised and recessed surface detail, so nice. It's going to be a bit of a problem not destroying that, so if I do take it off, I have to replace it with a bit of wire or something, just to make sure that I basically replace the detail, to be honest. Ejector seats, because we tend to know which ones they are, but there's 2 variants. One's got a lot more detail than the other, so I'm assuming, I guess this was the older one. So again, identical sprues to build up 2. Nice detailing. Even on the back of the seat, there's little, you can see in there, there's little hoses and cable details. Bit of a shame about this. I would like to have seen the harnesses in photo etch, but from what I've seen on the side of the box, there's not an awful lot of photo etch in here. But again, they should go together, and for a kit part, along with that cockpit, it should make a nicely detailed cockpit, so shouldn't be much of a problem. These look like a more modern, very similar to the one I've just done on my F-16. I can't remember the exact name of it now, but there's a lot more surface detail. Again, identical sprues, but on this you've got a lot more interest to it. So there's various components, hoses, cables. And again, detailed on the back, which is always nice. Though you may not always see it, it's always nice to know, you know, you've fully built and weathered it. And again, harnesses moulded into the back, which isn't the nicest way of doing it. But at least it's got the detail on there. I suppose if you're real picky, you could add your own detail should you wish. A clear part, and then we're on to the instructions, decals, etc. Clear part, it's got a bit of plastic on the top to protect it. Yep, we've got a seam line down the middle. Not very big, so a little bit of a going over with a sanding stick, and a polish and some polishing comb to get rid of that. The front part of the canopy hasn't, so that's better. Obviously got landing light lenses. If I grab some writing, we'll see how thick it is. You guys can see on camera there. It's just right on the edge where it joins the canopy frame. That's probably the thickest part. You can just see it starting to distort. Everywhere else, it's nice and clear. It's literally just on that bottom edge where it's going to thicken up, obviously, where it's joining the thicker part, so that can't really be helped. So nice clear canopy, not too thick, and obviously it's not magnifying as well, so that's superb. I'm going to pop that back in its bag to protect it. We'll put that thing back on. I'm not sure what that does exactly, but obviously they deem it necessary and think it's going to protect it, so I'll pop it back on as well. Pop that back in there, it's as easy as said and done. So a bit of a shame about the seam, but it's easy enough to rectify, I hope. We'll find out. So that's it, that's all the sprues we've been through now. Now we've got the instruction book, the amendment, I'll explain that in a second, decals, small amount of photo etch, and we'll see what else is in there. So the amendment, this came actually on top of the box in the packaging box from Lucky Models with my invoice. So this has been an amendment after the kit's made, obviously, but obviously after it's been dispatched as well. So it must be fairly new, and basically it just covers steps 6 and 7, 16 and 17, some of the decaling process, which might prove quite confusing, and also the paint guide on both F-15Ds. The decaling's on the stencils, so it's a universal one, but the paint guide's on the actual US Air Force one. So obviously bear in mind this while you're building it. You don't want to be halfway through and realise, oh, I've got that the wrong way. It's basically for the pylons for the fuel, some of the parts on the undercarriage, and the intakes, and some of the wing components as well. So it's nothing major, but obviously you need to bear that in mind when you're building it. Decals we'll get to in a minute. We'll go through the instructions first. Nice instructions, I really do like the books. Bit disappointed to see that there's no print of the box art like there was of the MiG. I was quite looking forward to getting that, to be honest, because that's a cracking looking picture. In the MiG it was like plus A4 size, it was a lot bigger, and I sadly can't find that now. I have no idea where to put it. I bought a frame specially for it, and then I've mislaid where I've done with it, so I've either thrown it out or I put it somewhere safe where it's that safe I can't find it. But cracking box art, obviously the BD version, Israeli Air Force and US Air Force, so that's great. A little bit of history on the F-15 there, about its development, obviously the two-seater training version. Just a bit of information about the Israelis, its use, and the characteristics, length, etc, etc. So that's good. First page, we've got at the top tools, decal application, photo etch parts, and using instant cement. There's the colour call-outs. I had a PM off, I think it was George, on a national scale modeller. He wants to build this almost side by side with me, and he's asking about the colours I use. Well, there they are right there, George. So if you want to pause that and write them down, mate, or if you can't do that, send me a PM on the forum and I'll take a picture for you or write them down. Now they are Mr. Colours, Mr. Hobby. I found last time most of these tell up with the Accurus, so 9 times out of 10 you're right. If not, you're going to have to convert it yourself, you know, to find the correct colour. I will more than likely 90% of the time use Mr. Hobby on these, but it also gives the colour for Vallejo, which is good. So it's using more modern paints, apart from Mr. Colour, which are lacquer based, so hopefully over time I'll go to Accurus colour. But Vallejo is good. There's not many manufacturers use Vallejo in the call out, so that's nice to see as well. And looking at the codes, 0172 should be stainless. It is. Just checking to see if these Vallejo Air or model colour. 53 is grey, 57 is flat black. It is, yeah. So they're model Air colours as well, which is always handy because obviously you're going to airbrush most of this anyway. So you've got Mr. Hobby and Vallejo Air as well, which is good. Run through the instruction book quickly. So you've got the building the ejection seats, both the different variants. So you've got the Aces and the Escape Pack one. And then the cockpit, which will be the different variants, I'm assuming, for the B and D. Yeah. So you got D down there and B up there. So there's the different components needed. C40, C40, and there's obviously going to be differences on the front panels, is there? And the control stick. So yeah, you just got to pay attention when you're building it to keep an eye out for the variant you're building. Maybe an idea once you pick which one, and I'll probably do it, is go through and circle where there's different parts, just to ensure there's. I've done it before, I'm sure everybody has as well. You glued the wrong part in, especially if you're used to building Dragon armor kits, because their instructions can be horrendous to follow. Just read it and reread it before you build it, obviously. And then we're on to the instrument displays, which have got an absolute ton of decals on them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's about 20 decals on that one. Same on that one. I've probably got 15 on that one. Why do I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of decals on this? I haven't looked at the decal sheets yet. They're in there, but I can see there's more than 1 or 2 in there. Oh, there was 325 on the MiG. That took me a long time to do, but never mind. It looks good once it's done. So as I say, you've got the different components. You've built the cockpit tub, so again, once done, it's going to look real nice. Full body assembly, so yeah, there's the sides, cockpit in, then we've got there. So again, if you're building the B or the D, you've got different holes to drill. Yeah, so again, something to be aware of. So like I said, I go through and circle all different parts for your variant to make sure you follow it. Then you've got the nose cone, showing it open or closed with the, I think it's radar is it, and a photo etch head-up display. Quite tricky to make, and it's real hard to get that in there. I had trouble on the MiG doing that, so take your time doing that, definitely. Attaching the nose cone to allow it to open. I'm probably going to glue mine shut, if I'm honest. I don't like the look of them open. I like the look of mine like they're ready to take off kind of thing, rather than being on the ground getting serviced and what have you. So that's great. Nice, easy to follow instructions. You've got the intake ducts, so gluing them together. Gluing the bottom halves, so the three bottom thirds of the fuselage together. Telling you again where to drill. Then we're on to all the control surfaces. If you want things open or closed, the intake, so you get the option of open and closed again. Engines, which look quite simple to build. Got the different variants there on the front. Fan blades to take it for the different variants. Bit of photo etch on this, and then all assemble it together. That is going to look really smart once done. Some metallizer paints on that. I'm not sure if you get the option to remove them when you want to. It would be nice to be able to see your work, but if you can't, you can't. Attaching a load to upper fuselage. And then, yeah, that's that part I've just showed you where it slides in, the part I didn't know. So that locates into that. So hopefully it'll give a nice positive location for it. And it's not going to be vague and what have you. And it is going to help us put it in there basically. And then we've got the rear part of the canopy enclosure as well. Attaching engine intakes, putting the engines in, canopy, open or closed, speed brake, mine will be closed. Again, canopy, I'll do suppositions both. So, well, I think you've got a pick, yeah, because you've got the hydraulics, haven't you? Yeah, I did it closed on the MiG, but I can still open it as well. It hasn't got the hydraulics, but at least I can still open it if I need to. Horizontal stabilizers, sorry, vertical stabilizers, and the horizontal as well. I assume that, yeah, they are positionable. We went through that before. So that's a nice touch. Landing gear, which again, they look real nice once painted up and weathered. Intakes again, sorry, not intakes again, it's a landing gear bay doors, isn't it? Front and rear has a lot on the back. The avionics, I assume, so I assume you can leave those open if you want, which is quite a nice touch. Again, mine will be kept shut. What I'll probably do, if they do the single seater, I'll leave everything open, so we'll do it on the ground, everything open. This one I want shut because it's going to sit next to my MiG because they're almost an aircraft of the same era as such. So I quite want them together. Then we're on to the auxiliary fuel tanks, their pylons, the various weapons of Python 3 and 4. Again, lots and lots of small detail to add there. The AIM-7's right in the middle. Again, various sensors and indicators and what have you. Putting external fuel tanks on. Decaling them, which they've got a lot of decals on them. There's about 12 decals per missile, so that's great. And then we're on to stencils. Yeah, got stencils. There's for the D variant. So there's a few there. Oh my god. There's the stencils for the B. Upper surfaces, lower. Oh my lord. Right, so taking the D has a lot less markings than the B, is that correct? Must be, unless it's on that amendment sheet. No, not really. Is that the case? Because there's hardly any on that. And then there's an absolute ton of them on there. That is a ridiculous amount of decals. Yeah, that's going to be fun. So there's the top and there's the bottom, so that's going to be real fun to do. Excellent, I look forward to doing that, especially if I choose the B variant as well, because it looks to have, that can't be right surely, the D's got them on as well. No idea. And then onto the side, which the sides have got a fair few on as well. There's more than the MiG on there, there's an absolute load of them. Paint schemes, obviously two-tone FS greys, with the different variants. I'll have a quick look through and pick the one I'd like to do. I go two ways. I go buy the various components of the kit, like I'd rather have those later ejector seats, and I go with the decals as well. That is really nice, I like that, but that's a US variant on the D. Not keen on that one. Don't like that on the nose on that one. So that leaves that one. So we've got an Israeli B and the US Air Force D, which are my choices for this. I do like that tail art on there. That's real smart. Which one? Which one? It's going to be a tough decision. That's going to be something to think about over the weekend, but paint schemes look well. Again, free-handed, I'll do these, bit of post-shading, pre-shading, fading, effects and what have you, and we'll put a dark dirt wash over it. Should look quite nice. Again, I'll use Mr. Hobby for these, I think. It'll look rather smart. I'm just really undecided over which markings to do. It's either that one or that one. I like the tail art on there. Don't know, I'll decide this over the weekend. And then you've got your usual part location on the back, so that's always a nice touch. If you're struggling to find something, a quick flip around to that, we'll show you what it is. As you can see, there are a lot of sprues, and don't forget these are multiples. You've got 3, 2, 2, 2, so there's a lot of sprues. You do get a lot of plastic for your money, I will admit that, although it's not the cheapest kit. You do get a lot in there. Right, decals. Oh my god, I've just seen that one. Yeah, okay. So what we get in here, 4 sheets of decals. Okie doke, let's move that. So we've got the photo etch fret first. Quite disappointing, there's not a lot in this. There was quite a bit on the MiG, but maybe it's testament to how good the kit is. That doesn't need a massive amount of photo etch, so that's by the by. But there's a few bits in there, so they'll add some detail. I'm not going to get them out. And there's a bit of, sorry about the light, there's a bit of acetate there for the head-up display as well. So if you're scared of photo etch, there's no need to worry about it on this. So that's great. Oh, decal sheets, where should we start? Start on the markings. So the decals are excellent, just like they were last time. Very nice matte, that is brilliant, I love this. Absolutely fantastic, but then that's quite cool as well. That's on the US one I was thinking of, and this is on the Israeli. Obviously you've got Star of David, and I'm assuming there's US Air Force ones elsewhere. Yeah, they're in there. Decals look fantastic. I don't think there'll be any trouble there. Every one I used last time, all 300 of them, didn't have any problems with them. They all went down really well. They settled well and they dried lovely and matte with some microsol on there. So there'll be no problem. Really do like that. That's a really smart tail decal. God, it's going to be a hard choice. Really is, but that's superb. We got the US Air Force. Back. Markings, loads of stencils, lots of parts. My God, there's a lot of decals on this. So again, all in register, nice and matte. I like matte decals, always think they go down better. So again, no problem there at all. First load of stencils. Yeah, there's quite a few on there. So this is it actually the B with all those decals? I'm going to have to look into that. Unless anybody knows in comments, let me know. It can't just be the B with all those decals on. The D must have a lot on it as well, surely. I'll look into that. But there's a lot there. Again, real nice. You can actually read what they say, even the small ones. Some of them you can't because they are that small, that small printed. But lovely, they're going to go down really nice. And obviously I know decals are a very laborious and boring part of modelling, but it adds so much detail and you don't realise till you're done just how much it adds. I mean, oh, that sheet's just soul destroying. And they're all the decals off that Israeli version. How the hell? There's a lot there. Some of them are doubled up, as you can see by the carrier paper behind, but man, there's a lot of decals. Anything else? No. Again, my one criticism of this kit, what would turn what looks to be an absolutely fantastic kit into a perfect kit would be the inclusion of pre-cut masks. I don't know why Great Wall Hobby don't do it. It probably costs them a few more pounds to do. I'd quite happily pay the few more pounds to get them, but it adds so much more to a build to include it in there, and it makes life easier as well. I had no problem on the MiG. I did that by hand, so that's just by the by. But it just adds a lot more to the kit when you get an extras like that. That's why, you know, I like getting Edward kits, the limited edition and the Profi packs, because you get everything in there. You get your photo etch, the resin, everything needed by your paint and glue and all your sundries and what have you, but you're off to go and there's nothing else to buy. Whereas for this, I'm going to have to try and get, I don't think there'll be anything aftermarket yet for it. It's too new a kit, so I'm going to have to mask that by hand, which isn't a big hardship, but obviously I think you get a better finish off the pre-cut ones, better by the by. So there we go, there's a review of Great Wall Hobby's F-15. Looks a fantastic kit. I'm really looking forward to starting this. Like I say, get this review before the weekend. Hopefully I'm going to edit it tomorrow, so it'll take me quite a while. And hopefully I'll get the first part started next week. Plan to start filming it on Monday, maybe on Sunday, I'll see. Like I said before, I plan to do one of these every 2 weeks and one of my E-models builds every 2 weeks. So basically, I'm going to do a video build every week. So one for our channel, one for E-models channel, just so it evens out evenly. But it's nice to build for us. Hopefully I can be a bit more myself on camera, because I try and make it quite professional for E-models if I can. I know I'm not an expert modeler and it's not a professional studio, but I try and be a bit more professional there because it's for a company. They're good enough to give me the kits for free, so I try to do the best I can in building and making the videos. But for ISM, I'm hoping to make it a bit more friendly, a bit more informal, and you know, I can annoy some of you guys on there as well, and you know, mention builds I've seen, ideas, and you know, what have you on there. So hopefully it'll add a lot more to my builds, the YouTube channel and the forum as well. And that's it really. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Looks a cracking kit and I'm really looking forward to starting it. If you're not a member of the International Scale Modeler Forum, please come over. It's a free forum to join. All our videos are free. They always will be free. We'll never charge for them. We don't think it's fair to charge fellow modelers for viewing a forum and videos. That's why myself and Lee don't mind making them for free and sharing them for free with you guys. It's a modelling community and that's the way it should be. So hopefully, you know, we'll attract more members. Come and join us. It's a very, very friendly forum, very, very friendly members. Say hello, join the community, and come and join in on a fantastic modelling forum. At the end of the day, like I say, the video builds are all going to be free. Did I mention that they're free? So you can watch them at your leisure on YouTube, or having to pay a monthly subscription, yada yada yada. And that's it. So I hope you like the review. I'll see you guys on the forum, and I look forward to starting this next week. So Paul from International Scale Modeler, take care, and I'll see you soon.